handsome Lagosian. Name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto finesse. I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers. Bar for bar sire. Team full of stars and it all fire. I don't spill words.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
After the loss, they'll come up second and 13.
60 Bearcats, 60 Bucks, 19 Tiger, 19 Dragon, 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Buffalo, 18.
Back to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
18, Pioneer.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
On the play. Second and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback. A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
He's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the Raiders.
Second and 11. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. On third down, he'll drop to throw. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Ready? First down. First down and 10 yards to go.
They're going to look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 7-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. It'll be Mixon on the out route as the pass is caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope. I think good things are in store here today for them.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On first down, it's Genty. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now he'll take this and run. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now 2nd and 5. Up the middle, it's Genty. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Genty with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Second down and inches. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Mixon with a first down carry. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
The 6-yard pickup brings up second.
2 minutes to play in the first half of an 8-3 game. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. 70 line. 18 Bronco. 18. 79 Bronco. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
36-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
To Mixon on the check down. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Lutz for the field goal try. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within a couple at 8-6 now. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Working downfield, he's got Thornton. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Las Vegas.
A run straight ahead with Genty. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
18,
They'll set up a throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. 1 second, all that remains. Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people would think losing equals passing the ball more and establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Inside handoff to Mixon. Loose inside the 30. Fighting his way through contact. Joe Mixon. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
That's caught. So they're able to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Second and 4. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll drop the throw. Now he's going to step up and run. opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Raiders.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Man in the middle, and it's complete. That's good for 28 yards.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in the block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion calls defensively, and it turns into a big play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to 60. Back to 19.
A give out of the gun to Genty. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Genty, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own 35-yard
line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And the Raiders have got it. Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Now the ball comes loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
Come on.
Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll get this out to Genty. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
And the Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 24-yard line.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the slant, and he finds Miller. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Inside the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Extra point attempt to follow here.
The kicker on for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Back to throw here. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And they'll get this way past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 37.
He'll look to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Brings up second and 17 at the 44-yard line.
Now back to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards.
First down and goal to go.
They'll look to throw here. It'll be Mixon on the out route as the pass is caught. Touchdown! Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. They'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And he takes a shot at the end of that play.
Okay, ready?
Now a handoff to Genty. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
A 10-yard gain.
They'll go. Here's Trinity. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there at the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop this one down and mix it.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense. Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
The ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and they'll remain 2 scores back as this holds at a 9-point advantage. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
19 Cardinals, 19 Titans, 19 Cowboy 80, 79 Broncos. Shot 60, shot 60. Rig alert, rig alert.
looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Dante Thornton, 44 yards. And the Raiders have extended their lead to 15 now here in the fourth. And now once again, the Raiders are going to go for two. They'll try and throw for it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it'll be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready, break. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Here we go, here we go. 70.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Looking deep here for Chase. And he's got it inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for Las Vegas, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far.